It was a nightmare just because it was one thing after another.
This is what Montrealer Diana D'Addario is used to seeing on her yearly family trip to her mother's hometown in the Portuguese Azores, the beautiful views of the island of Santa Maria. Instead, this year, she spent the majority of her trip cooped up inside, her family in quarantine due to COVID. She contacted City News wanting to share her story for other travelers frustrated by what they went through, a delayed flight traveling from Montreal to Toronto, where they were to catch their international flight on June 24th.
I have a baby, two boys, my mom and my grandmother in a wheelchair. She's 93. And so we ran to our gate as quickly as we could. And when we got there, they said, sorry, you made it too late.
After hours spent in Pearson Airport going back and forth with the airline trying to find a new route since the next flights were booked, Diana took it into her own hands, found another flight to take them to the Azores, but when it came time to check in, there was a problem with one of their tickets, which meant missing another flight.
We were so emotionally drained too. I mean, I couldn't stop crying. It was one thing after the other, going back and forth to the different counters.
The travelers were part of the TV show Amazing Race Canada. I mean, they have so many obstacles.
My kids were exhausted, even just having dinner. They fell asleep at the dinner table with their head on the table. They didn't even eat. I had nothing with me. I mean, I had already bought a change of clothes and some diapers, but it wasn't enough for the 3-4 days of travel when we were only expecting to travel a day and a half.
The family ended up arriving 3 days later than planned, but the experience didn't turn out to be smoother from there.
And of course, as soon as we land, what happens? My daughter gets fever, and we all ended up with COVID for the first time.
Their luggage also didn't arrive until 4 days later.
We must have spent seriously close to $1,000 just on supplies that we needed for the 6 of us.
We have the new bill up right now for travelers in Canada. So there is compensation that are available between $400 and $1,000 per passenger for flight delays, cancellation, but also $2,800 for overbooking and $2,400 for baggage lost.
A spokesperson for WestJet tells City News in a statement, there remain significant operational challenges specific to and across the Canadian aviation ecosystem that fall outside of our control, contributing to significant delays. We recognize at times we are collectively still falling short on delivering the experience our guests expect, and for that we apologize. As a result, our #1 priority is ensuring our guests arrive safely to their destination as on time as the current aviation landscape allows for.
Are you having fun in Portugal, Miles?
No. Yes.
Yes. No. Why?
No, I want to go to the beach.
The family, now almost at the end of their quarantine, hoping to put this nightmare behind them and finally enjoy their trip.
But it's been almost 2 weeks of this, and we haven't officially started our vacation.
In Montreal, Alyssia Rubertucci, City News.